After a fantastic 2019-20 season, our football writers collectively voted on the first annual Phenom Media Premier League Awards. In this video, we will be reviewing our award winners as well as providing analysis on why the recipient was deserving of the award. Before we start, here are all the awards that will be gone over in this video. We included the timestamps of each award in the description, so feel free to utilize that as well. With all that being said, let's jump straight into the awards. The most disappointing team of the season was Arsenal. This season wasn't anything new for Arsenal supporters, as they've been accustomed to a disappointment in the past several years. For a team that spent a whopping £170 million during the 2019 summer transfer window, the largest sum in the Premier League, an 8th place finish was a complete failure. Due to poor tactics and a disastrous run of form, Unai Emery was sacked just after 18 months in charge, as Mikel Arteta would then step in as manager. The Gunners would finish their Premier League season with a disappointing 14 wins, the lowest amount for the club since the 1994-95 season. Arsenal did have a nice finish to the season with an FA Cup trophy added to their display, so hopefully they can carry on that momentum into next season. The most disappointing player of the season was Nicolas Pepe. After being brought in as an £88 million transfer, Nicolas Pepe has been an absolute disappointment. In 31 starts, he scored just 5 times and assisted 6. He was brought in to bolster the attack and support Aubameyang and Lacazette. Pepe did neither. Taking less than 2 shots and just over 2 dribbles per game, Pepe's minimal impact was visible to see. His 33 goal contributions the previous season proved the potential he has, but also exposed how poor of a season this was for Pepe. The pressure will be high next season, and Pepe's future with the Gunners will depend on his ability to rebound. The player we grew to love the most this season was Christian Pulisic. The American Wonder Boy really came into his own as a high-level player this season. Pulisic consistently contributed to a rising Chelsea squad and became Frank Lampard's most trusted attacker at the club. Boasting a record of 9 goals and 4 assists in 25 Premier League appearances, Pulisic gained the attention of even the most casual of football viewers across the Atlantic in the United States. His more important role, however, is one he has been set up for since he joined Borussia Dortmund in 2015, the future of the US national team. He has given fans confidence with his play in 2020 after an abysmal stretch for the United States, which infamously saw them miss their first World Cup since 1986. With a strong start to his Premier League career and a bright future for both club and country, Christian Pulisic is the player we grew to love this season and will continue to adore in the future. The team we grew to love the most this season was Sheffield United. At the start of the season, Sheffield United had 4-6 odds of being relegated, 11-10 odds to stay up, and 12-1 odds to finish in the top 10 of the table. Sheffield would defy these odds, going from newly promoted to a top 10 finisher, barely missing European football. Although it must be noted that they had spent the majority of the season, prior to the coronavirus shutdown, battling with Manchester United, Arsenal, Tottenham, and Wolverhampton for a spot in the top 6. Also note that the Blades ranked dead last in all-around squad value, yet managed to defeat many of those Big 6 teams throughout the year. Led by the unorthodox tactics of manager Chris Wilder, captain Billy Sharp, goalkeeper Dean Henderson, and star center back John Egan, Sheffield stunned the football world with their success. Sheffield was one of the best defensive teams in the Premier League, being 4th in goals against, having conceded just 39 goals. They were a team that played with passion and fury. Every time they stepped onto the pitch, it was as if they were playing with a chip on their shoulder and were looking to prove people wrong. With that being said, it's clear why we fell in love with Sheffield. Everyone loves a gritty underdog, and the Blades were just that. The most outstanding goalkeeper of the season was Alisson. With another remarkable season in net, along with the EPL trophy, Alisson was absolutely brilliant this year. In 29 matches, Alisson impressed on the stat sheet, conceding just 23 goals and keeping 13 clean sheets. Alisson even provided an assist to Salah in a 2-0 victory over Manchester United. Without Alisson, Liverpool kept just 2 clean sheets, showing the massive impact he had on the Reds. The most outstanding defender of the season was Virgil van Dijk. This was not Virgil's best Premier League season, which makes this award even more impressive. He played objectively better in the 2018-19 campaign with more tackles and a much better tackle success rate. However, Van Dijk's true value comes from his role as a leader and arguably the most star-studded defensive unit in the Premier League. Fullbacks Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold are among the most elite wingbacks of Europe, and center back Joe Gomez is certainly no slouch either. Any team in Europe would kill to have a player like Virgil van Dijk in their squad, and that's why he's our Defender of the Year. The most outstanding attacker of the season was Jamie Vardy. At 33 years old, Jamie Vardy broke the record for oldest player to win the Premier League Golden Boot, previously held by Chelsea legend Didier Drogba. After scoring 23 goals in 35 matches, Vardy showed he still has a knack for finding the back of the net. Proving his value to the team even at such an old age, Leicester won 13 out of their 16 games in which Vardy scored. To add to his goal scoring, he also accumulated 5 assists, effectively contributing to 0.8 goals for every match played. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who many draw as a close favorite to this award, only contributed to 0.69 goals per match in 36 appearances for reference. Vardy's incredible story is not finished yet, as he will certainly continue to tear up Premier League backlines for years to come. The most outstanding manager this season was Chris Wilder. Wilder started his managerial success with Sheffield United in League One, all the way back in 2016. By 2019, he was in the Premier League, as it only took him 1 season to win League One and secured promotion within 2 seasons. Wilder has the immense quality to get the best out of his players, producing many standout contributors that were part of a greater whole this year. Players such as Enda Stevens and John Egan turned out to be some of the best in their respective positions, but the team came together perfectly through the links of John Fleck, John Lundstrom, Sander Berge, and Lise Mousset. All assets were strung together perfectly by Wilder, and Sheffield became greater than the sum of their parts. The most improved player this season was Danny Ings. Last season, Ings only played 22 matches as he dealt with an injury that kept him out for the other 16. In those 22 games, he racked up 7 goals, 3 assists, and showed signs of promise for the upcoming season. He proved his supporters right this season, scoring 22 goals and grabbing 2 assists in a breakout campaign, just 1 goal short of the Golden Boot. Danny Ings was the first player on Southampton to have double-digit goals in a season since 2015-16 and enjoyed a 16-match stretch where he bagged 13 goals. Ings was a crucial member of the emerging Saints squad who had the 3rd most points after the restart. The only teams to have more points were both clubs from Manchester, so look for Ings to help Southampton make a noticeable jump in the table next season. The most outstanding young player of the season was Mason Greenwood. Greenwood, who turned 18 at the start of the season, had an absolutely wonderful year for Manchester United. He totaled 10 goals in 31 league games, and many of those games he was used as a substitution. By the end of the season, he had solidified his starting position over Daniel James on the right wing. That position was where he was mainly deployed, but he had demonstrated a great finishing ability that comes very handy at center forward. He is also capable of playing on the left. Mason Greenwood's explosiveness proved key to the pacey Manchester United attack. His versatility combined with Rashford and Martial to form a fluid front three that posed problems for opposition defenses. A vast majority of Greenwood's goals saved United by either putting them in the lead or getting them even. His adaptability combined with his generational talent won him a well-deserved award in the eyes of the Phenom Media writers. The best goal of the season was Son Heung-min's solo run against Burnley. The goal was outstanding and truly showcased Son's power and quality on the pitch. The run was orchestrated fully by the South Korean, starting in his own 18-yard box and finishing around Nick Pope on the opposite side of the field. He paced through the entire team with such precision, pace, and control to place the ball nicely into the bottom corner. The goal was beautiful to watch and easily deserved to win an award for all of its eye-catching aspects. The best moment of the season was Watford's upset win over Liverpool. From a team of writers that supports many other Premier League clubs, we love to see Liverpool become uninvincible. Nonetheless, from a team that got relegated to the Championship this season. What happened at Vicarage Road on February 29th was beautiful, as a rising star in Ismaila Sarr knocked in a brace with beloved captain Troy Deeney finishing the champions off for their first loss of the season. It definitely took some time for the Hornets to find their stride, with all 3 goals being scored within 18 minutes starting in the 54th minute, but as they kept pouring it on, the defense for the Reds was left hopeless. While it was nice to see the team from Merseyside win their long-awaited title, this match was the definition of an underdog story, and we can all say that it was nice to see a struggling Watford team create the most memorable moment of the season. The most outstanding player of the season as well as the unanimous midfielder of the year was Kevin De Bruyne. Following arguably his best season ever, it is only fitting that Kevin De Bruyne was voted as the recipient of both aforementioned awards. KDB was one of only 2 players to record 10 goals and 10 assists, notching 13 goals and a league-leading 20 assists. City won 71% of the 35 matches in which De Bruyne played, as compared to just 33% when he didn't, proving the midfielder's vital role in the squad. His stellar play led the way for Manchester City's second place finish in the Premier League, and he will look to finish his brilliant run by leading City to their first ever Champions League title in history. Massive shout out to our awesome team of world football writers for putting this together and providing a quality recap of another intriguing Premier League season. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and follow all of the attached Phenom platforms for much more football content as well as coverage from every sport in the world from our talented young contributors. Hope you all enjoyed the video and make sure to leave a like and a comment to show some support for our new channel. Until next time.